Hello folks, this is Sula once again. Welcome to another video for Teamfight Tactics. This is yet another game at the tail end of set 6. I keep planning on not doing any more videos and then end up playing games that were so interesting that I want to share them. This is another attempt to get the last remaining mission for the Lunar Festival. And we're going to show you what this game looks like because it turned out to be pretty interesting, and it's going to revolve around the prismatic augment that I get right here at the end of stage 1 on 1-4. So one thing I want to mention here, you see me zooming in. I have been doing these games because I was trying to finish up with the little lunar missions. They've been a lot of fun. I'm glad that the TFT design team added them. And so one of the rewards is getting one of those little legend eggs that people can pay money for. You get like one of them for free. Well, it turned out that I got the rare drop in my little legend egg and ended up getting the Year of the Tiger Protector. As you see me checking the mutant trait for this game, which is Predator. So yeah, I ended up getting the rare little legend, which is the tiger for, this is Year of the Tiger that we're starting on the lunar calendar. And this thing, I don't know what the drop rate is. I think it's like 4%, and it just happened to pop out. So I was like, all right, well, I'll give this a chance. Normally I just use Feather Knights, but I actually do think this one's kind of cute, so maybe I'll use this one too. So hey, I did get something for doing those missions. All right, so we get our augments. It is prismatic, and look what I have a chance to play. March of Progress. Gain 5 bonus XP points per round. You can no longer use gold to level up. So I have done a March of Progress game before on YouTube, but that was back when March of Progress was a gold augment. And it is not a gold augment anymore. It is a prismatic augment. So previously, it was the same thing. You get a certain amount of XP per round. You cannot use gold to level up. But previously, it was gold and it gave 4 XP per round. Now it gives 5 XP per round, and it's prismatic. So you get more XP per round at the cost of it now being a prismatic augment. So everybody else is going to get a prismatic augment. And I'm just checking what everybody else picked up. And I'm not seeing anything that looks super scary. Probably the scariest thing is the person who ended up getting the prismatic protector emblem, because getting 2 extra protector emblems is really good. All right, so note how this works. I do not spend gold to level up. I get 5 XP automatically. So frequently you would see me level at either at the tail end of that last minion stage or right here on 2-1. I would spend 4 gold to make it to level 4, but that is not possible. I have no choice. I go to level 4 whether I want to or not. And I'm going to end up playing a relatively standard board here. 2 scrap, 2 bodyguard. Darius and Poppy on the front lines. Ezreal and Ziggs on the back lines for scrap trait. I spotted on the initial carousel that there was an Ezreal with a sword, and that is a great starting combination, Ezreal with a sword, because Ezreal will, it's very easy to play scrap trait. It's one of the easiest traits to make in the early game. You can get it from, in addition to Ezreal, you can get it from Ziggs, as I'm doing here. You can get it from Blitzcrank, you can get it from Trundle, you could even get like an early Echo drop. It's very easy to play scrap. And Ezreal's always going to get some kind of sword completed item out of the scrap trait. And look, here we go. We managed to 2-star Ezreal super duper easily. So that's just fantastic. And I'll just upgrade from Poppy to Blitz. I do have the option to play Yordle, so I'm not going to sell the Poppy just yet. There is the possibility to play the Ziggs plus the Poppy plus some random Yordle like Heimer or, I don't know, even Lulu maybe. But we'll see what pops out. I don't feel bad holding these champions on my bench, although I am trying to count to see here if I can clear my bench and get to 10 gold. So like, let's see, I have 2 gold on my bank right now. 2 poppies is 4. Then I can get to 6 with the Ziggs, or not with the Ziggs, with the Zillion, and then I can get to 9 with the Lissandra. So I could technically, if I win this round, clear my bench and get to 10 gold. So I do think about doing that, but then I'm like, you know what? I don't have to get to 10 gold here. Let's just hold everything on the bench. Let's see what we get on the next round, and then maybe I can make another decision from there, because I will be level 5 on the next round, and I'll have another unit to play. So I decided I could get to 10 gold, but let's hold here, see what pops out, decide what unit we're going to play when I hit level 5 on this next round. So yeah, I will keep leveling up regardless of what I do. I really don't have any control. I'm just going to slowly level over the course of the game. And then look what I get here. I get double blitzes. I was like, ooh, okay. So now I again have the option to play the Poppy if I want, but I decide I'll play Clockwork instead, because I think that that's going to be more valuable. Just to move out of the Yordles, give up on Yordle Econ, and make sure I get to 10 gold, because I just happened to random my way into a Blitzcrank 2-star. So we'll go do that. And the other reason I like this is I had an Innovator angle here. I was thinking maybe I get Heimer or Singed, although I'd rather have Heimerdinger. And maybe I can just play into Innovator. That's another possibility here. So the big benefit I'm getting so far is I get these free level ups. I don't have to spend gold to do so. It's really, really nice. And I'm also level 5 earlier than I would have been anyway. Like, normally I would still only be level 4 here. So at the moment, March of Progress is giving me an extra unit to play. But I always have to remember March of Progress does not provide any in-combat advantage whatsoever. I'm also highly amused by the double Zerat minions that this person has. They had a Singed, and there were two Zerat portals on that Singed. But I'm going to be able to win that round, and I'm pretty happy with how this game has opened up thus far. Alright, we've got another carousel here. There is a spatula on the carousel, although there's not really any trait I'm looking to make with that spatula. So, not as interesting as it might otherwise be. Not as interesting if I was playing something like Chemtech or Arcanist, where I can, make another version of the trait with that spatula. So I'm last pick, that's okay. I'm happy to just be win streaking thus far. So out of these options, let's see, I think I go for the belt. Yeah, end up picking the belt just because it can be a frontliner item. Yeah, that's it, because I already had a belt and I decided I'd make Warmogs for the early game. Great, great early game item. And oh, look what we've got here. There's double Zillions in the store, and then there's a Camille in the store. I'm also gonna check out where the Spotlight is. The Spotlight's not really where I want it, so I don't really need the Spotlight per se, but I decide, you know what, Tarik's not, I can't make 20 gold by selling the Tarik, so I'll just hold Tarik, and I can always play him as my next unit, even though the Spotlight is not really in a particularly interesting location. So these next 2 rounds are probably the rounds where I'm most likely to lose in the immediate future, because everybody else is going to be level 5 as well, or most people will be level 5, since most people generally go to level 5 after the Stage 2 carousel. And everybody else is going to have a Prismatic Augment that actually gives them some kind of combat benefit, whereas mine does not. Mine just gives me an economic benefit. But this person is apparently lost streaking with Mercenaries, so I'm going to win that round. I was like, great, I win another round. That's awesome. And yeah, you see, the other player that's win streaking is the person who got the 2 Protector emblems. If Antisocial Monkey was in this game, he loves to play Protector reroll, and I suspect he would be delighted to be offered a double Protector emblem start for his Prismatic Augment. Alright, so one more round to go here, and there is no other unit that I would like to put in. I certainly would level here to level 6 if I could, to put in one more unit to try to preserve my win streak, but that is not an option, so I will just have to make use of the units I have. Once again, selling Tarik is not going to do anything. It's not going to take me up to the next income threshold at 20. So I'm already at 20, I can't get to 30. So I'm just going to reposition slightly. I'm positioning for the other win streaking comp, Wretched Unicorn, just in the event that I would hit that person. I was hoping I wouldn't. I think I had like 1 in 3 odds to hit that player, and it turns out I don't hit that player. And again, this is fantastic because if I can win this round, I'm going to carry my win streak through into the minion round, and it looks like we're on board to do that because this other team has Twin Shot as their Prismatic Augment, and I don't even see any Twin Shot units that they have in, so I'm not exactly sure what's happening with this board, but I'm not complaining. The win streak carries all the way through, and I'm going to be level 6 with like 30 gold in the bank, continuing to stack up that 5 XP per round. So that was an absolute dream, Stage 2 for me. I won every single round. And honestly, I really should not have won every round because even though March of Progress is amazing from an economic perspective, the weakness is, again, I hate to keep repeating this, there's no in-combat benefit. And other people are getting things like Protector Crowns and Twin Shot Crowns, and like somebody got the item that the thing that gives you 2 free items at the start of the game, which I don't think is an especially strong Prismatic Augment, but they still did have, I had like 2 items and they had 4, so like that's a pretty big advantage. So yeah, I still won all the rounds anyway, and that's great because not only did I win, not only am I getting this great econ benefit, then I also won all the rounds and got another benefit from win streaking as well. So I'm getting like double econ benefit, the free levels ups plus the fact that I am win streaking as well. So I would be looking to put in innovators. That's kind of the trait I want to make here, but I'm just not seeing any innovators. Now, technically, I could, re-roll. I certainly have the money to do so, but I was like, why would I want to re-roll here? I'm win streaking. Let's just keep the win streak going. And in fact, I'm almost up to 50 gold in the bank already. And I looked at the items I had here. I was like, innovators make really good use of a chalice. I'm sure that I can get good value out of a chalice regardless. I don't know how else I'm going to use this tier. I guess I could make Spear of Shojin, but I think I can do better than that. So we'll just make a chalice. It'll help us keep win streaking, ideally. So let's go with that. And hopefully that'll be enough for me to continue this win streak for a little while longer. Again, I still have not hit the Protector player yet. I've hit another player who's running Mutants at the moment, and they're using Level Up, which is the one that gives you bonus XP every time that you level. And I don't think that person's using Level Up Augment correctly, because the whole idea behind Level Up, you always want to be one level higher than the rest of the lobby. Like when everybody else is level 5, you want to be level 6. When everyone else is level 6, you want to be level 7. Like that is the ideal way to use Level Up Augment, and they're not doing that in this lobby. Also, they had like 6 items on their bench they're not using, so maybe a player who's not as experienced. This is a normal game, it's not a ranked game, so you do get a wider kind of spread of player skill levels. But in any case, I continue to hit my 2 stars. I hit 2-star Tarek, and at this point I'm like, well, no point in rolling further, or rolling at all, honestly. I haven't rolled at all. So note that I have 50 gold in the bank. Now the gold's just going to like sit there and start piling up in my inventory, but that's okay. I'm actually in a situation where I have more gold than I can actually do anything with it. But as I said, that is not the worst thing. So my plan here to make use of this augment is I am not going to reroll at level 6. I'm just going to let that gold sit in my bank account piling up, and I'm going to save it to reroll at level 7. So, like I said, let the money pile up. I don't need to roll here at level 6. I want to start rolling for champs at level 7 because the odds to find more expensive units are so much better at level 7. So, I'll talk about that more in a second. Let's take a look at my augment here. I've got some good choices. Celestial would actually be useful. I don't have that much healing in my comp. Cybernetics is always useful. Extra health and attack damage, but I figured Stand United probably has the most value long term. And then look at this. I 2-star Darius, I 2-star Camille. So I've literally 2-starred my entire board. And I have not rolled one time. So what the heck? This was to a certain extent playing what I was given, because as I said, I wanted to play into innovators and I did not find innovators. But still, I've 2-starred my whole board and I've not rolled once. So what the heck? Alright, so remember how I said I'm going to let money build up in my bank account? I want to get to level 7 and then roll on 7 to start finding 4 costs. So the shop odds are pretty clear. At level 6, you have 5% odds to find the 4 cost units. But at level 7, that goes to 15%. You can see it on the interface there. 5% right now, it'll go to 15%. So that's going to triple my odds to find 4 cost units. And they're the ones I want to find. Because my goal is to base my whole team around 4 cost units and re-rolling for 4 cost units. This is a change from the old March of Progress. Remember how I said the old March of Progress was you got 4 XP per round when it was a gold augment. But now you get 5 XP per round. And the net effect of what that means is the old March of Progress, you'd be stuck at level 7 for a really long time. Like, just due to the way the math worked out, you'd be level 7 for ages and ages under the old gold version of March of Progress. Now, under the new Prismatic version, you get stuck at level 8 for a long period of time. Like, you get to level 8 relatively quickly, and then because it's 5 XP per round, you sit at level 8 for ages and ages and ages. So the gold version of March of Progress was an augment that lended itself to re-rolling for 3 costs. You know, re-rolling for Shaco, or re-rolling for Lysandra, you know, or something along those lines. And a 3 cost unit. So, like, you would want to build your team comp around re-rolling for 3 costs. But the Prismatic March of Progress, the goal is re-rolling for 4 costs. And in fact, you have really good odds, if you manage your economy correctly, to 3-star some of the 4 cost units. So I am hoping to go into a team comp where maybe I can make 3-star, you know, maybe I can make 3-star Jin, because that's kind of what this is playing into. Maybe I can make 3-star, like Scion, if I'm playing into Scion. That's another option. Maybe if I play Jin, I hold Ori's and I get 3-star Oriana. But that's what I'm going towards in this game. So like I said, I'm just letting the money build up in my bank account. There's no need to re-roll here at level 6. Yes, I have 78 gold in my bank, but I can use that gold better at level 7 than I can at level 6. And then I'm going to look to do the same thing again when I get close to level 8. You know, get to level 7, get a 2-star all my get a bunch of 4 costs and 2-star them, and then after that just build up the bank account again, and then hold that money to try and 3-star some of those units. Alright, so here is actually a round where I am out-leveled by someone else. This is the first time that's happened. This person's level 7, I'm only level 6 because, again, I can't use my money to level up. And they have a well-itemized Samira, so it looks like the win streak is finally going to come to an end. Yes, Ezreal has a Guardian Angel, but I don't think that's going to be enough. And the Infinity Edge Last Whisper plus Giant Slayer is going to be enough to take me down. So, what's going on with that Protector reroll person? Oh, it looks like they're also going to take a loss. Haha. So, alright, at least that means no one else is super win streaking. Now I'm finally level 7, so I'm going to go ahead and look to put in some additional units. So I'm going to grab 4 costs that I see. I've got this Lissandra, so I'm hoping maybe I can play into Scholar here. And look, there's a Jhin. That's nice. I definitely want to play that unit. That would be Clockwork if I could. Oh, I already have Clockwork. But I'm also looking to upgrade my front line. And I see some other Scholars here as well. So again, continuing to roll. And I'd like to be able to get Scholar trait in. So I'm going to drop Clockwork for the moment. And then I'm going to probably drop that Ezreal and replace with Jhin to immediately pick up Clockwork trait immediately once again. And I'm also looking to upgrade my front line as well. So we're going to keep rolling here. We're going to stay over 50 gold at all times, but we're going to roll. And the goal is to move into 4 costs, get a bunch of 4 cost units, make them the core of my team comp, 2-star all the 4 costs or come close to it, and then start saving gold for when we hit level, when we can hit level 8. And that way I will always be strong at all points in time. Like I will hit my 4 costs, build my team around them, and then be in a position to start re-rolling to 3-star some of them later on. So like there is an Urgot here, which is not terrible, but that's not quite the unit I want. And I can go ahead and roll here if I want. There's no reason not to. I'm over 50 gold. It's not like saving money is going to do anything. By the way, I could have potentially held to try to make Taric 3-star. And that might have been interesting because I did see a lot of Tarics in this game. Anyway, I'm going to put in Ori over the Camille, and then I'll look to replace the Ezreal with the Jhin. That will cost me Scrap Trait, but I'm probably going to look to move out of Blitzcrank and Darius as well. I was kind of waiting to see what other items I could get here. And I do get a bow. I wish I had gotten a glove, because then I could have potentially made Last Whisper, which I really would like. So we'll just replace the Darius with a Braum, so that's just a straight upgrade there. And then I'm going to look to make a Hurricane here. So go ahead and do that. And let's see what else we can do. And then I'm going to replace the Ezreal. I am holding an Ezreal on my bench. The rationale behind that was maybe I can make, maybe I would want to go into Innovator later if I found like a Jace or something, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. And now I should consider replacing the Blitzcrank with a Leona. Note that I still have 69 gold in the bank here, so I can keep rolling. And I do find a Seraphine, so that's worth picking up as well. Just because even though that Spotlight was not in a great place, Seraphine's just another good unit that I'd love to have. So I wouldn't mind holding on to that unit either. She also will get great value out of that Chalice that I have in my backlines. Like, she really wants the AP because it means that her heals will be stronger. And she doesn't really need something like Spell Cred, although it's not terrible on her, to be honest. But I'm not looking to play carry Seraphine here. And we're still kind of winning these rounds pretty easily if you're paying attention here. Because I'm having a pretty easy time, like I said, 2-starring all of my units here, while also still staying over 50 gold at like all points in time. So let's keep rolling. Let's see if we can hit Jhin 2-star here. There's no reason not to. I'm on 74 gold. I might as well. Still playing that Lissandra up there for a little extra frontline and Scholar trait. Remember, I also do have Stand United, so I do continue to get value from playing additional traits. Scion is also a possibility. Like, all right, look, I got 2-star Jhin. It's stage 4-2, and I have 2-star Jhin. I've got 2-star Leona. I've almost 2-starred Braum and Orianna. I have 2 out of 3 on each of them. Like, March of Progress is just insane if you play it correctly. Now, I have had good luck. Of course, this wouldn't look nearly as good if I hadn't been able to win streak all through the early stages of the game. So that's on the lobby for allowing me to win streak so easily. And again, here is this person who has level up. I continue to believe that they have misplayed the level up augment in this game. They should be level 8. They should be 1 level higher than the rest of the lobby. Instead, they're level 7 with 0 gold. And they're like re-rolling for 3-star Cho'Gath, which is not how you play level up. Level up is not a re-roll augment. It is a push to higher levels and play legendary units augment. So, as I said, I think that that person has fundamentally misplayed that augment. Maybe they just had less experience. And right now I'm looking at the lobby. So what I'm doing is I'm looking to see what everyone is playing. I wanted to see, is anyone playing Jhin? Is anyone playing Ori? And guess what? No one's playing either of those units. So the way is clear for me to try to 3-star these units because no one is playing Jhin. And at this point, I was like, I think I'm just going to save until level 8 and reroll there because my board's already quite strong. Let's just save up a boatload of money at level 8. We've got like 6 more rounds until that happens. 5 or 6 more rounds. And we'll just save up like 100 and something gold and then just reroll there for 4 cost 3 stars. Like, let's 3-star Jin, let's 3-star Ori, let's try to 3-star Braum if we can find it. That sort of thing. So that's the plan here. Like, I clearly don't need to roll more right now. I'm winning these rounds pretty easily, and I have 90 health, so I can afford to lose some rounds if I have to. And yeah, we're just gonna go from there, and that's the plan. Gonna continue playing this econ game because we do have to compete with the Protector player, who I think I've seen one time the entire game, Wretched Unicorn. We've just like not hit each other at all. We continue to play like these completely separate stages here. All right, in any case, so now I do have to pick something, and I'm looking here, and I believe I take the bow out of these options. The bow, I'm still hoping for a Last Whisper. So I have not seen a glove this entire game yet, so I have decent odds to get a glove to pop out from the minion round. The way that the items from the minions work is you are more likely to get an item if you haven't seen any of it yet. Oh, I guess I did reroll a little bit more here. Oh, I think I was trying to hit Oriana. I think that was the plan here. So I do burn a little bit more money, and yeah, so here's one other thing there we go. So now I find the Ori, and I think now is the point at which I stop saving gold, because I have 2-starred my entire board except Braum, and it's not worth rolling just for Braum. So one thing that in retrospect I should have done is I should have just picked up Leona's. I've gone past like 2 or 3 Leonas. I had really good odds to 3-star Leona in this game because other people were not playing Leona. Braum was fairly popular in this lobby, but no one was playing Leona because no one was playing like Lux and needed an Academy unit to frontline, that sort of thing. So I think I could have 3-starred Lux, or not Lux, I think I could have 3-starred Leona really easily in this game. And that should have just been another unit that I should have been looking to play because I was always going to play bodyguards for frontline. And it was more likely, because I had the possibility to 3-star her, that probably would have been better than like holding for Galio or whatnot. I'm also a little bit less inclined to play the Colossus units in this game because I have Stand United and I'm trying to make more traits. And obviously I get fewer traits by playing them because they eat up 2 slots. By the way, I did not expect to win that round, but I win that one too. So, okay, we'll go with that. And then look at the options here. Exile's not bad. Portable Forge, a little bit better early game. At this stage of the game, getting 1 additional item is not that important. So I'm going to take the Sniper Emblem, and I'm just going to put it on Oriana, because why the heck not? Let's make Sniper Ori, and then we'll drop her in the comp. That gets another trait in play. That's going to buff Jin's damage a bit. So now I have 6 traits in play, so that's 13 AD and 13 AP for everybody on my board. And yeah, we've got, let's see, I'm at 47. So we have 2 more rounds until we hit level 8. So we're just going to save, and then we'll start re-rolling for start re-rolling and try to 3-star some of these units. I'm looking at Jin and Ori in particular, and then maybe Seraphine, maybe Braum if I can hit Braums. I will, obviously I only have 2 Braums at the moment, but I'll certainly hold on to more Braums if I can find them. And I've also got a fair number of items on my bench. Again, I'm holding here. I'm trying to see. There's only 1 more round until we get the final components. And I'm waiting to see what components I'm going to get before I commit anything. I really want a Last Whisper. That's my most desired item right there because it will boost Jin's damage by so much if he gets that Armor Shred. Otherwise, I'm going to get stuck on tanks. And my damage output's going to be lower than what it could be. But I've seen no gloves thus far. And I've been last pick on every carousel because I've been win streaking, so at least at the moment, there's been literally no opportunity whatsoever to get a glove. Anyway, that person took the Prismatic, get 2 items at the start of the game, and it doesn't seem to be going that great. Ah, there we go. There's another Jin, so we'll take that. I'll take another Jin. Thank you very much. And yeah, one of the people did manage to make 5 enchanters, which is pretty scary. Someone's playing 4 clockwork, which isn't bad. I guess that person who is running Twin Shot has finally gotten their Twin Shots in. And Twin Shot 4 is actually really good if you can get like Urgot plus Jinx and then play 4 Twin Shot. It's quite good late game if you can make it there, but that person's on like 10 HP, so they seem to be struggling a little bit. Might not be able to make it to that late game team comp that they want. And in terms of items, I'm going to get another bow and champion, so no glove for me, unfortunately. That's a little bit sad. So I have Seraphine, I can play her. I don't know if she's quite the unit I want. And the big issue here is the Spotlight's not good. By the way, there's the Leonas, and I mentioned I should be picking up Leonas. Also Seraphine, so at this point I was like, maybe Seraphine? There's also a Jinx here. I could play Jinx. She would give me Scrap Trait, I believe. No, I need Janna to get Scrap Trait. So I am going to put in Janna. I will replace the Heimer, and now I would get Scrap Trait if I put in Jinx. And I probably should have put in Jinx here, in all honesty. I think she is better than some of the other options. So sadly, no Last Whisper for me, and out of these other options, I'm looking at the different things. I could get Gargoyle, Stoneplate, and Rageblade, and I was like, I think that's probably better than the alternatives. Like, I could make Locket plus Hurricane, but I already have a Hurricane on Jhin, so I don't really need another Hurricane. And the Twin Shot player is going to get knocked out. This is also where I decide I am not going to play Scion, because I've already 2-starred my front line with Bodyguards. As I said, one regret was not looking to play the not looking to hold Leona's, because as I said, I think I could have hit Leona 3-star. But then I pick up Scion again, and then I get more Scions. I was like, maybe I should have played Scion, but no, we'll pass. And hey, look, we just went from having no Jannas to 2-starring Janna. Boy, it's nice to have 100 gold to roll on this level. And then I find a Jace in the store, and I'm like, awesome. All right. So we'll put Jace in. He gives me another trait for Stand United. We'll put Rageblade on him. He's a relatively good user of Rageblade. And that allows me to put Gargoyle Stoneplate on the Braum. Also, don't look now. We're at 8 Jhins. Yeah, I'm at 8 Jhins. So I only need one more Jhin. Okay, so we're in pretty good shape to find this last Jhin with the amount of gold I'm going to have available to roll. So that sounds pretty good. Also, I'm getting a lot of traits in now. I have 7 traits. Yeah, 7 traits in there at the moment. But this round, unfortunately, we do end up coming short against the person who is re-rolling. It's like the Twitch re-roll build where you take all of the 1-cost, you have like Twitch and Ezreal and Singed, and you re-roll for them. But you know what? 1 cost 3 stars, not bad. You know what's better? 4 cost 3 stars. I also could go for Janna here as well, which would be pretty funny, but I did hit Janna a little bit late. Now, Galio is an option, but I would have to take something out to play Galio, and I'm not sure that I would want to take something out. I guess I should have held Jannas too, because look at all those Jannas I've been spotting. Also, by holding Jannas, I would take some 4 costs out of the pool to make it easier to hit units like the Seraphine and the Jhin. So I probably should have just picked them up anyway, because as I said, they clear out the amount of 4 costs that are even in the pool. And there's not that many 4 cost units. I think there's like 8 or 9 different 4 cost units, and then there's 12 copies of each of them. So, you know, if I have, if I have like 9 of, or if I have like 7 or 8 of 3 different versions of them, I'm taking a pretty substantial number of the 4 costs out of the total pool. Plus other people are playing 4 cost units as well. Although not as many as you might think, because a lot of people are playing reroll team compositions. Like a lot of reroll team compositions I'm up against here. Alright, what I really want here is another item for Jhin, because he only has 2 item slots right now, but this is a very poor set of items for Jhin. Like there's basically nothing here that Jhin can use. So I am going to look to take an item for my frontline Braum instead. And I'm going to take the Bramble because that's going to be quite useful against anyone doing anything with crit builds. So I'll take that, but that was a disappointing carousel. I was hoping for some kind of AD item because, I mean, I'm pretty close to 3-star Jhin, and I'd really like him to have 3 items, but just really didn't get a lot of Jhin items in this game. Alright, I do decide I'll pick up Orianna's just in case. So keep rolling. This particular series of rolls has been somewhat less than great, but I do find another Jace. So that's 2 out of 3 Jaces. By the way, note all the Leonas that I've passed by. And I'm just going to give up the Socialite Spotlight. It's really not doing much of anything. I'm going to give that up for the moment to put Braum more on the front lines. I guess I have Lissandra technically on there, but she is just a trait bot. I would very much like to replace her with Yuumi, because Yuumi would maintain Scholar, but would pick up another trait because she has, what's her unique trait? I can't remember the name of her unique trait, but she has her own trait for being a legendary unit. And then she'd also pick up Academy with the Leona. By the way, this round actually did not go very well at all. So this person, Toll House Cookie, actually beat me pretty good. And that's probably due in part to the fact that Jhin only has 2 items. But oh, look at this. We're going to hit 2-star Jace, so goodbye, Lissandra. Thank you for your service. And then we're going to put in the Yuumi. Cuddly, that's her trait name. So Cuddly goes in, and this also picks up Academy with the Leona. And hey, I'll pick up that Braum as well. I mean, I'm not likely to hit Braum 3-star, but I might as well pick it up and see what happens. It takes another 4 cost out of the pool. Now, I know I'm going to be up against this Assassin player, so I'm trying to clump my units here to make it harder for the Assassin player to jump on me. I probably should have moved Braum back a little bit closer to my team, though. One unfortunate thing I have done is I have bunched up for Twitch's his crit, where he fires in a straight line, so that may not have been the best positioning there. And unfortunately, Jhin gets popped pretty quickly, so Once again, this comp not going great, even though Seraphine does pretty nice damage there. So I am going to fall short here, but I am close to Jin 3-star, and my hope is that if I hit the Jin 3-star, that will be enough to carry me in some of these upcoming fights. Remember, I'm still on 8 out of 9 Jin, so just need to hit one more Jin, and then we should be cooking. Oh, I never picked up that Braum. Oh, that was a mistake. Definitely should have picked that up. You never know, I might be able to hit the Braum. Might be able to hit the Braum 3-star. Oh well. I would really like to put Jin in the corner, but unfortunately there is a team that's still playing Blitz. See, this player, Wretched Unicorn, still playing Blitz. So it's a little bit difficult for me to position Jin in the corner, but as long as that Blitz is on the right-hand side, I can put Jin on the right-hand side as well. So that's the one comp I have to position around. I cannot have Jin getting hooked, but otherwise I could be okay. Once again, I would have liked another Jin item. I get a Frozen Heart, and there's really only one thing I can do with this Frozen Heart, as I can put it on Yuumi. By the way, I'm up to 6 Seraphines now. So I'll put it on Yuumi and then attach Yuumi to Braum, and then that'll speed the slow the attack speed of people up on the front lines. And I'm at 7 Seraphines now and 6 Oris. I was like, am I going to hit these units before Jin? Maybe so. And it's time to stop rolling because I'm at 50 gold and I don't want to go below 50. There's no, like, if I was on 10 HP, then I'd want to, you know, cut my damage here. But I'm not on 10 HP, so I can afford to be patient. And even though we are up against a Blitzcrank player, Blitz is pointed at Orianna, not Jin, so I can safely corner Jin for this fight. Thank goodness. That's why you want to pay attention to what the other teams are doing. The only reason these fights are even close is because Jin does not have a Last Whisper. If I had Last Whisper Jin, I would win this fight round very easily because he would just armor shred through this team. But it actually looks like we're in relatively good shape anyway, so looks like we've got this. And there we go. So that's the other player that's been strong throughout the game, Wretched Unicorn, playing that reroll cog. So I'm going to go ahead and keep rolling, and there we go. 3-star Jin, come on down. Plus I have 7 Seraphines, and I have... now I have 8 Seraphines and I have 6 Oriannas. So I was like, all right, let's keep this going. Let's get 3-star Seraphine as well. So Jin, of course, just does like crazy high damage. His base damage like doubles when he goes to 3-star, and of course he gets all the bonus health and other stats that go along with being a 3-star. For Seraphine, her base ability actually does a way more damage when she hits 3-star, as you'd expect. I believe the damage goes from like 400 to 1,000 or something like that. And by the way, yeah, so this is the Twitch reroll person I'm hitting right now. And I've just kind of outscaled this comp because this person has 3-star 1 costs, but I have 3-star 4 costs. And that's a lot better. Jin does 15,000 damage. But yeah, I believe that Seraphine's healing goes up from like 400 to 1,200, and her damage goes up from like 300 to 1,000 on her ability. And by the way, now we're down to just 2 players in the lobby. It's me and the Protector reroll player. All right, so let's keep rolling. And I'm actually going to get another Yuumi. And now I decide I will burn my economy and try to hit the Seraphine. And I actually do hit the Seraphine. So there we go. 3-star Seraphine. Come on down. Let's get this thing done. So 3-star Jin, 3-star Seraphine. Yeah, her and Seraphine also increases her ability also gives attack speed to the team. So she's also going to give me attack speed. And I know Blitzcrank is positioned for Jin, so I'm just going to reposition like so. And actually, no, they didn't reposition the Blitz. Okay, I thought it was positioned to hit that corner, but no. Still got it pointed at the other side, away from all my carries, which is really bizarre. But like, look how much damage Seraphine does. Now she's like a big-time carry in her own right. Yeah, I mean, she just did 1,600 damage to the Caitlyn in the corner. And so even though Protector is quite strong here, I mean, I've got 3-star Seraphine and 3-star Jin. So yeah, I mean, it's just... it's kind of hard to deal with this board. Alright, so what do we have here? Well, I would like to get the Guardian Angel. It's the only AD item here that's available, so I'm going to take that and finally give Jin a 3rd item. It's not my preferred 3rd item, but it will give him a little bit of extra safety, because it means, of course, he'll revive and come back to life once. By the way, there's another Orianna in the store, so I was like, alright, well, see if we can hit the Orianna as well. We're on 7 of them. I also wouldn't mind hitting this Yuumi 2-star. That would be nice as well. Oh, there's another Ori. All right. Can I get one more? Can I get one more for Ori 3-star? I just want Yuumi and Ori right now. How much gold have I rolled this game? It's crazy. Oh, there she is. We've got 3 different 4-cost 3-stars. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. So I'm actually going to move Jace over there to tank the Blitzcrank hook. And sadly, a 2-star Jace is now just hook bait because I have better units elsewhere. Yeah, I'd rather have Jace getting hooked than the Orianna. Pretty insane. Now, this round actually ends up being a little bit closer than some of the others, and the reason for that is this person has adapted and has decided to put in a mutant trait, which is the Predator Execute, or they were able to hit, I think they maybe were able to level up high enough to get Predator in. And Jin actually would have died, but his Guardian Angel triggered, and the 3-star Seraphine did die in that fight. So, yeah, that was actually kind of close. So, as strong as my board is, it is not invincible. Yeah, they have 3 mutant ins, and that person was able to get the Execute off on Jin with the Predator Execute. So, I was really glad I had the Guardian Angel. Now, I could roll, I guess I'm 1 away from Yumi, but what I'm doing right now is I'm just going to try to watch where the positioning is. I just need to make sure my key units do not get hooked. So I'm just watching that blitz. I'm like, is this person going to reposition blitz? And it turns out they're not. Or actually, did they end up repositioning blitz? I'm trying to remember here. I think nope, they still kept blitz over there. For some reason, they positioned Cog away from Jin. Just kind of a mistake, because this means Jin's shots will now hit the Cog. And yep, Cog just dies instantly to Jin. I believe that one of his shots did like 3,000 damage to Garen, and that's it. GG. 3-star Jin, 3-star Seraphine, 3-star Orianna. I was like, that's it. I'm done. This is as good as I'm going to do. So that's why I had to share this game on YouTube. This was just awesome. I really enjoyed showcasing March of Progress. And in fact, I did manage to achieve the Finer Lunar Festival mission. Managed to knock that out. I played 4 games to get these lunar missions done. I won all 4 games. First. And that's the way I'm going out on set 6. I have nothing more left to prove. I won all of these games at the end. I hit Diamond. This was an awesome set, and I think I'm finally finished now. So once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed this. Until next time, take care.